Hello everyone, this is the radio station of the American University of Iraq in Baghdad at 101.5. This is your host Humam, and this is another episode, but today the episode is different. We're going to be shedding light on the Wellness Center, which we opened recently at AUIB. Today I have a very special guest who will first introduce himself to the public, and then he can tell us a little bit about the Wellness Center. But first, Mr. Haider, we're very happy to have you here in the studio. Can you please tell us about you for the public to know you better?
Sure. First, thank you for having me, and I look forward to this interview.
Thank you.
My name is Mr. Haider Al Mohammad. I am the Associate Director for the Wellness Center and Mental Health Counselor. A little bit about me. So I have close to 8 years experience in the mental health field. I used to live in the U.S., working in various areas of the mental health field, working with different ages, from kids to adults. I worked in universities, hospitals, with different types of mental health struggles and needs. And now I'm here at AUIB
Wellness Center.
Wellness Center, yes.
Which is the main topic that we want to talk about. So can you tell us about the Wellness Center generally, and what services does it provide for students, maybe only students, maybe staff members at the university?
Yeah, right now we are focused primarily providing services to students. So the Wellness Center, there is 2 services offered, we're going to provide. One, focus on mental health services, and then the second one, accessibility services. So for students with disabilities, we provide accommodations and needs. But right now we're primarily focused on mental health services.
Perfect. Is this the first one here in Baghdad? Maybe it is not well known in Iraqi universities to have a wellness center. Is it part of the American educational style?
Yes. Yeah. So this is actually a unique experience we are providing to students. I don't think there's anything out there in Iraq for it. Usually in America, it's pretty standard to have these kind of services to students. So what we're creating here for students at AUIB is a very unique experience, and probably not seen anywhere in Iraq.
Definitely. Assistant students. So how does the Wellness Center assist students in maintaining their mental health and emotional well-being while being swamped and overwhelmed with a lot of academic work?
Yeah, so right now for the mental health services, it's basically we provide individual counseling sessions, therapy sessions for students, one-on-one, for them to kind of learn to cope and deal with whatever struggles they're facing. At the same time, we have support groups for students to gather, come around together, and have a safe space to learn from each other
and to express themselves.
Yes.
So that I think requires some initiatives or maybe resources. So are there any specific programs or initiatives in place to address common issues faced by students, such as stress, anxiety, or maybe the students who are traveling from different parts of Iraq? We don't not only have students from Baghdad, but how about their homesickness, for example?
Yeah, so for the individual counseling sessions, we have the resource is itself the counseling sessions, individual counseling sessions, where they could be struggling with depression, anxiety, or other mental health struggles, and need that space to first process, learn, and cope with, so they could succeed here at the university.
And how to make the student comfortable about sharing a lot of personal stuff, and how to make them feel that this is confidential?
Yeah, so there's a lot of education. A lot of these students that I'm seeing right now, this is the first time they receive mental health services. So this is a new experience for them. So there's a lot of education around what is mental health services, what is counseling, therapy, the process, and the confidentiality. I think it's a big concern for students here, because this is a unique experience, and they're not used to it. So there's a lot of education around.
Yeah. Do students only share like their anxiety or something related to their academic life, or maybe sometimes something similar, or maybe what is happening in their families?
Yeah, it's a range of issues. It could be their issue, it's not related to the university, the academic side. It could be just depression in general, or issues at home, or relationships. It's just anything that can get in the way of their mental, of their academic success. Because if you're not there mentally, that would have kind of like a ripple effect. It will impact other areas.
Obstacles in their way.
Exactly.
So that means that the aim of the center not only to help you with your educational or academic life, but if you're facing anything personal, then the center is here to help, right?
Yes, absolutely.
How does the wellness center, collaborate with other departments or organizations within the university to enhance student well-being?
Yes, we are working closely with other departments, on the academic side, for them to kind of keep an eye out, especially professors and instructors in the university, because they see the students, more than anybody else, and they can see if there's any change in behaviors, or if there's any stressors. So we work closely with them so they could refer us, the students, if they identify there's a need, mental health need.
When students feel that they want to seek for help in terms of well-being, they feel that there's a difficult process or something. So can you tell us about the process or the access to the services and support offered by the wellness center? Like, is there any formal process, or are walk-ins welcome?
So right now there is a formal process. You do have to sign up, to schedule an appointment. And you could do this various ways. You could talk to your teacher. They could refer you to, they could refer the student to me. They could walk in at the AUIB clinic, and they could talk at the front desk, and they could help them sign up for an appointment. Or I usually send out a link, email to all students.
A form.
Yes.
And do you record is there any records for their appointments, and how you can keep a track on that?
Yes, I keep track of what we talk about. So basically what we call progress notes, just to help us keep track of the progress we're making. And then also we come up with a treatment plan, and then we keep track of that treatment plan. So it would kind of guide us into the kind of services we need to provide to help the students. It's a very formalized process.
Definitely. What about the awareness of well-being itself? Like, the center provides help and assistance when it comes to, keeping up, helping you with anxiety and other stuff. But what about, sharing or spreading awareness about the importance of well-being? Is that a part of responsibility of a wellness center?
Yes. So I'm actively talking to some of the instructors and professors for me to join their class to provide some workshops. For example, next week I'm attending a few classes to provide stress management, workshop in their classes. And then also, hopefully in the fall, during the first few weeks, we're going to have a wellness week where we provide awareness and education around mental health and other wellness related resources.
Exactly. This is the support that you provide as the center, but how can students participate in the wellness center's initiatives or maybe activities? Is there any activities that they can participate in?
Yes. So participation, we're going to try to kind of, as I said, we're going to have different, like, for example, in the fall semester, we're going to have a wellness week, and hopefully we're going to have different activities for students to engage in and participate, to spread awareness, and for them to learn more about mental health. My goal is to have an open discussion and healthy discussion on mental health, because there's so much stigma associated with mental health in Iraq. So I just want people and students in general just to feel comfortable talking about mental health.
Exactly. Do you receive a lot of students?
Yes. So
is there like a regular number of visits, or?
Yes. So I see students for individual counseling Sunday through Wednesday. I see them for half a day. I see approximately 4 students per day, and pretty much we are booked all week. So students are eager for the service that we provide. They're interested. They want to see it, test it out, and then I'm getting good feedback from students about their experience.
That means you're noticing a progress in what they're going through. What about the plans or maybe the future of the Wellness Center? Like, are there any plans or expansions in the pipeline of the Wellness Center to further assist students in their, overall well-being?
Yes, the plan is to create a functioning wellness center. Hopefully, we can add more mental health counselors, expand services, expand, the different types of groups, therapy groups, and also expand just access to students on campus.
What about the students that we have who are studying psychology? Like, and is there a plan that they could have or gain a practical experience within the center?
Yeah, so this is, I'm talking to the psychology professors to see how we could include the psychology students to be a part of the wellness center, or, to gain that psychology experience, mental health experience within the field.
Exactly. Well, last but not least, what advice or tips would you like to give to students to prioritize their mental health and well-being, during their time at university and all of the anxiety that they're facing?
Yes, I think the biggest thing I could tell them is self-care, because the academic side of the university is demanding. It takes a lot, and there's a lot of stress and pressure. So having that, focusing on yourself is very important. Remember to take breaks. Remember to focus on yourself. Do things that are relaxing.
Focus on time management, which is a very important part.
Yes, prioritize what you need to do, because sometimes we just focus on our studies and we forget ourselves. So take that time to focus on yourself. Take breaks. Prioritize. Give yourself a break.
And don't forget to visit the Wellness Center.
Yes,
because they're here to help you.
Yes, and we need to remember that body and mind is connected. Sometimes we neglect our mind and forget to take care of our mental health, which has a
lot of physical effects.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I've experienced that before, so I can totally feel what you're saying.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for this informative conversation, and I really enjoyed it, and I think a lot of positive things will happen in the future of Wellness Center, and I really look forward to witness that. So thank you for being in our studio.
Thank you for having me. I enjoyed this interview.
Thank you so much.